Welcome to the Kate Molland channel. My podcast is now in progress. Let's tune in.
Okay, who's at the top of the food chain? Butterflies or humans?
Humans.
By far.
Okay.
So, a human can do that. A human can shut everything out, no matter where they are, and make that change. As a matter of fact...
Oh, it's hard.
It's only hard if you believe it's hard. Remember, a fundamental principle in human behavior is you are what you feed your brain.
Okay.
In other words, for prophets and those like prophets like Jesus of Nazareth, philosophers like the Buddha, great sages will tell you over and over again, it's just a matter, believe it or not, of something called choice. And that's our downfall, because the butterfly can make that metamorphosis because it's programmed to do that.
Okay.
We're not programmed to do that. We're actually programmed for success at birth. But when the institution kicks in, we've been deprogrammed. So as we get older, we realize something's wrong. Why does that person have a nice house? Why do I not? Why does that person drive a nice car? Why do I not? And you start looking for answers. And you start saying, well, okay, they were born with a silver spoon in their mouth. They were born in wealth. But there are so many brand new millionaires being born in this country that were not born with money. So what is the difference between those that are making things happen and those that are not making things happen? How would you answer that?
I'd say that they connected with who they've been since birth, and they've been able to monetize that connection.
Okay, would you say that was a choice?
Oh, goodness. Depends. Because I think some people are willing to look at themselves or look inward to find solutions instead of looking outward to find solutions.
So if they do find the solutions inward, does it become a choice? Meaning, does it become a choice somewhere down the road?
Yeah.
Has a decision been made?
I guess.
You know what the word decision means? Decision? What is a decision?
To make a choice.
To make a choice. Let me give you another way of looking at the word decision.
Okay.
Okay, repeat after me. Decision.
Decision.
Repeat after me. Scissors.
Scissors.
You see how those words are so closely linked?
Cut out.
Cut out. Yes, to cut. So a decision means of cutting.
Okay.
You're cutting things out. And so either you're going to cut things out by choice or force. But even when you're under force, you still made the choice.
Yeah.
People are forced to go to work every day to pay their bills, but at the same time, they can choose not to do that. And you can say, well, why are you laughing?
Well, I mean, I know what would happen if I chose not to.
What would happen?
Well, I would not be able to pay my bills.
We're going to go back to what I said earlier. A fundamental principle of human behavior is you are what you feed your brain. If you tell yourself that, you are 100% right. Because I can sit right here and truthfully tell you that when I decided never to have a job ever again, I didn't think about those consequences. The only thing I thought about was the freedom. And the freedom meant more to me than the consequences. And when I felt, it's kind of like Spartacus and any other, leader of a slavery revolution or who's going to revolt against slavery. These are people that they're more so concerned about freedom than they are the consequences. Otherwise, they wouldn't make that move. Me personally and many other entrepreneurs out there have made that decision. They brought out their scissors and said, you know what? I will face the consequences. And I'm going to tell you something. The system will highlight the consequences to keep everybody on their slave wage plantation. Like, you don't want that.
No.
Why don't they point this?
Nope.
You don't want to be sleeping in your car.
Don't want debt.
You don't want to be sleeping out there at Skid Row.
Yeah.
You don't want to be sleeping in your storage locker.
Don't want your house foreclosed upon.
And so what keeps people on their jobs is fear more so than love of job.
Correct.
Fear more so than love of job. My son, who is an entrepreneur, how did he get there? Because he saw me. He goes, every day I notice that Dad has freedom.
Yeah.
Mom goes to work, but Dad has freedom. This is, of course, during my marriage days.
Okay.
And I realized then that there were a whole lot of things wrong with that way of doing things. Having a woman go to work while I'm trying to figure out my dream, or woman going to work and I'm going to work. I mean, that whole thing, that's why I love this concept that you and I talk about of the man being the protector and the provider and the woman being able to be who she is. And you know what's so interesting about women, and I am digressing,
Okay.
and I do this on purpose.
We tangent. That's fine.
I mean, that's what makes things interesting. But a lot of women don't know this, but they were born to be more successful than men. Did you know that?
In what regard?
Think about it.
Okay.
What gender desires the other gender the most?
Men desire women more.
So then who is designed to be more successful? The one that's desired or the one who desires?
Well, the one that's desired would be of the higher priority. So I guess the woman.
Thank you.